Hey Generation Iron fans, we're here back at Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym in New York, and we are doing shoulders today. Today we're going to hit the shoulders from all angles, again maximizing every fiber. So we're going to start out with incline rear laterals, then we're going to go over to cable side laterals behind the back. We're going to do a compound movement and standing military press, and then we're going to finish up these deltoids with some incline front laterals. So stay tuned. I think you're going to love the workout. It's going to really help your shoulder development, and this is what's helped me become a professional bodybuilder. Generally, we perform these by doing 4 sets, 12 reps, 12 to 15 reps at the beginning of the workout. And one quick tip is make sure when you're doing it, you want to grip and throw the pinky out so that you bring in the rear delt stimulation versus bringing your elbow back. Because the important thing is once you drop your elbow below your shoulder level, what ends up happening is you're involving your lats and rhomboids more than you are your rear delts. So keep the elbow out in line with the shoulder, and that will ensure that you get most of your stimulation from the rear deltoid.
Ready, smalls.
Ready? Yeah. Behind the back, side cable laterals. Nothing stretches the medial deltoid like it. It's purely all medial deltoid, takes the traps out of it. When you're doing typical side laterals with the dumbbells, a lot of times you get a lot of trap involvement. But by putting it on the cable, unilateral, and it behind the back, you really can't bring your traps into it. So the key when you're doing it is to make sure you elevate with the elbow. If you let the elbow drop, then again, we're focusing on the trap in the rear delt and some lat, but not hitting the medial deltoid. So the important part is to make sure that you're lifting with your elbow. Higher reps, typically the shoulder, the deltoid muscle itself is geared more and responds better to higher repetitions. So we do 12 to 15 reps on that. And you don't need a lot of weight. It doesn't allow you to do a lot of weight because if you're doing a lot of jerking and moving around using momentum, you're losing the whole purpose for making an isolation with the cable. Give it a try. I think you'll like it. That's Biggie's way of doing it. Here we go. Let's get it. You guys ready? overhead standing military press, power movement. Incorporates a lot of different muscle groups. Known as the deltoids, of course, some triceps, but it's primarily focusing on deltoids. Allows you to overload the shoulder girdle with a lot more weight than if you were doing isolation exercise. So it's always good to be put into the regimen. Typically your reps would be lower, you know, somewhere maybe 6 reps, maybe as high as 10. And because you're doing heavier weight, you can actually take a little bit more rest between sets, which you can do whenever you're keeping your reps lower, is you know, take a little bit more rest. So 90 seconds to 120 seconds. And when you go in the higher rep range, you know, more like 45 to 60 seconds. So this allows you to get the primary objective of this exercise is to get power to build your strength. You know, a lot of times the guys that go really fast between sets, but that kind of defeats the purpose in doing this exercise. As far as tips go, what you want to do is place your hands so that they're slightly wider than shoulder width. You know, you don't want too wide because it takes away from the most power in the movement, but you don't want to go too close either because then you're hitting more tricep and not a lot of deltoid. When you press, you want to extend all the way through the motion so that your arms are just short of lockout at the top. And you want to try and come down to at least your chin. If you have the flexibility, come down to your chest, but at least your chin. Bend your knees, make sure you're pressing through your entire body. That allows you to get more power to push more weight with this movement. So, hope that works for you. Like I said, give it a shot. I think you'll love it. And see you at the next exercise. All right, incline front laterals for the front deltoids. Love this exercise. Really takes out any other muscle group. It's pure isolation on the front deltoid. Quick tips for this, they're pretty simple. Control the motion. You want to lift with the hands parallel or semi-supinated, and then turn them at the top so that your palms are completely pronated. And you know, you were doing 10 to 12 reps, 3 sets. You know, typically it's not going to be something you're going to start your workout out with. You do it at the end after you've already pre-fatigued the delts with your presses and some rear delts and all your side laterals. So this is going to be at the end. But this is a nice finisher for the front deltoid. I actually had to stop doing these because all the time, because I was actually, my front delts were outgrowing everything else. So it really works, really fully stimulates the front deltoid. And I think you definitely ought to give it a shot if shoulders are something you need to grow, or just something different to keep your workouts interesting. So hope that works for you. Hope you enjoyed the segment we did today on shoulders, and hope you can use it all to improve your physique.